Hey, Brandon from BDJ Illustrated, back in action. Alright, so I'm going to finish up this cover here. Hope summer vacation is about to start for my oldest, and that means a lot of cool stuff, but it also means I really want to have this done, so I'm not fiddling around with it. Once she's here more regularly during the day. Okay. During the day, during the week. During the day, during the week. Okay, let's see here. So all I've got going on now is basically just filling these colors in. Not having to do anything super fancy. Like trying to figure out what the colors are anymore. I've chosen them. I'm just going with it. And the text placement and all that stuff I'll do just on my own. Someday I may show that part of the process too, but for the time being, doesn't really seem necessary for this. So, and the video series, still hard at work on that. I had a bit of a lighting situation here, and I'm working on some of the animations that I want to have, that I will have interspersed throughout the video, thanks to the modern availability of amazing technology. And even lowly stay-at-home dads such as myself can access. Don't have to work for Industrial Light and Magic or Disney in order to do a number of the things I want to do. Yeah, that hand's a little bit oversimplified, so let's not make it quite that. It's like maybe a little bit too simple. I don't know, maybe. That's probably fine, right? Yep, good to go. Now it looks like Goober's got a hand that's not a glove. What do you know? Perhaps anyone who didn't already know that all of these things are merely shapes just saw that a hand, all you're really doing is trying to make a bunch of shapes appear as if they're a hand, or appear as if they're eyes, or appear as if they're a nose, blah 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 blah. They got brown boots. They got brown boots. Brown boots. Color the background underneath there. Well, I don't know. So since it's the book cover, I probably don't want it to just be straight, like flat out white there. A white background. So maybe let's do something fun, huh? Why not? We'll do a fill layer. It's a gradient. Okay, and then we'll start. I thought there were like preset selections or something. There we go. Go with blues. Maybe try that one. Too gray. Yeah. And then we can change the angle a bit, maybe. Brighter up top or darker? Purple. Neither of my daughter's favorite colors are purple. Or neither of my daughter's favorite color. Neither of my daughter. I don't know. Anyway, wonder if reflected or radial angled. Whoa, that's terrible. Radial. I don't think I like that either. In fact, I don't really know how to diamond. Not sure. Alright, so I'll go back to the linear gradient, and then I think I want it to be darker. Yeah, I want it to be darker low. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so we got that gradient there now, and then I will color. Sorry, I'm gonna clean up anything that still needs to be cleaned up here. Now that it's more visible. That's one of the reasons people paint on a non-white background is because there's more contrast, so it's easier for you to see what you're doing sometimes or see the mistakes that you've made. Unless, of course, you don't make any mistakes because you're perfect, but I don't know anybody like that. So, okay. Yeah, so we still got a few more things here, like, for instance, her hair. Yeah, that needed another little bit of ink there to distinguish it from the rest of her face. Her eyelashes are visible enough. I don't know what color to make this mushroom, but we'll do it underneath that layer, but above the yellow, maybe, or shouldn't be green. Maybe some kind of orange, red orange. Let's see what that looks like next to his hat. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, but I'm gonna do this on its own layer, and so I'll just like do it this way, and then I'll fix just erase the stuff that bleeds over or any of the mistakes. And then I can go right through there because his hand overlaps it, and I can go right through here because his head overlaps it on another layer, or is on top of it. I guess maybe that's easier to, I don't know what that is, but perfecto. Okay. If I was going to be doing any animation or anything, I would have to do some of this a bit differently, but I have no plans to animate any of these images as of yet, although I really do enjoy doing some hand-drawn animations, and I have another book that I did called There's Nothing to See on the Sun, that I do plan to do the animated version of once I get the physical version completed. Right. So, let's see here. It's not quite done. It's there. I think, oh no. There's a little bit of blue on the mushroom there that I'll have to fix. Now, underneath, I think what I'll do is On this layer, I'm going to lock the transparency so that I can just color inside there a little bit darker maybe. Yeah. So that shows, I think that shadow will give it just a little bit more depth. I don't want to get out of control, and I didn't really do any shading on the interior images, mostly because I just didn't want to get bogged down spending a bunch of time working on shadows that when it didn't really matter that much. It's not like these images are just designed to get my kids to smile. They're not things I want to spend hundreds of hours on. Okay. And since his hat's underneath, and as you can see, as soon as I do that one shadow, it starts making me want to do more, right? Because he's underneath this, the cap of this mushroom here, and then now it makes me want to make more contrast on things, and then it can quickly spiral out of control. Let me go back to this, and then I'll do this, because yeah, let's see, maybe, yeah, that's good. Alright, so I don't want to keep doing too much with the shading, because like I said, if I do, it's going to quickly spiral out of control, and I'll be working on this image forever when it is basically already done. Let's go here, turn off that transparency lock so I can get the rest of the mistakes cleared up. I really think her hair should be more pink than that, like less washed out. There we go. Now that looks better. Not sure if the hair on the interior is going to match this or not, but we'll find out in a bit. But if the hair is the same color as the robe, it's not going to stand out very well. Okay, looking on the reference monitor, you know, he's hiding behind that mushroom. She's pointing at him. I think this is a much stronger cover than the cover that I had originally. Get back here, unlock that, and then color up the stuff that needs to be colored. That's blue, so clearly that's a, yeah, accident. And alright, so let's get the ground. The ground will be underneath this mushroom layer also. Select it. And drag that out a little bit. And I started out not using this lasso tool at all, and then it didn't take long before I realized that not using the lasso tool to do like tasks specifically like this is just silly. I mean, there's a reason that professionals do it the way that they do it. Okay. Some kind of gray maybe, or like a really gray green. It's not a pretty color, but it's a book about goblins, and I can deselect that for now, and then I can just go to this here and fiddle with the hue, the saturation, etc., and see if I find something I like better. Pink's no good at. Alright, so I don't know about the grays. If I desaturate it completely, you know, it doesn't matter, it's just gray, but I saturate it more, and then see what kind of, it's too green. darken it. Darken it up. Make it a little greener, maybe. Yeah, I think that's fine. That looks good to me. Then I'll come here, use my brush, back to my brush, and just fill it in. It won't matter if I color over top of any of my other stuff on here. Like none of those images above will get impacted by this. And then I can go back up here, erase anything that's out of place. And sometimes I end up doing this stuff and it's like way overkill because no one's gonna see. Like I have this blown up too big actually. Let me show. See, look at the actual print size. That's. Is that right? Oh, I think that is right. Yeah. So it's highly likely that any of the mistakes that I am seeing, like with the coloring outside of the lines or any of that stuff, is just never going to be anything that someone's going to notice unless I tell them to look in a specific place. Although, I will say that if anybody's going to notice my mistakes, it will be my children. So, they'd spot it pretty quick, probably. I don't know. Should we do a title? I mean, this went much faster than I thought it would go. I mean, the whole process, to be honest. Pretty happy with the overall results here. Why not? Why not put some text on here and see how it goes, huh? I'll try that real quick, since I had about an hour to do this. I'll just do it in Photoshop, because I don't want to open any other programs. I mean, it's pretty limited. Sorry. By it's pretty limited, I mean the text options within Photoshop are pretty limited compared to a lot of other programs. Is that gonna change it? No, I gotta have it selected first. So let's go to 30 and see if that's about right. No, we want it like 60. Yeah, that's probably about right. And then I want that to be changed to Blambot Pro Heavy BB. Blambot Pro Heavy BB. Perfect. Obviously this color's no good though. So we gotta change this color to, I don't know, maybe even that orange color might work. Although I don't see the eyedropper, but yeah. Okay, that's better. And then let's take this, and then I'm gonna, cannot remember if I can add a, there's a lot of things that I know how to do with this text in other programs. I'm gonna see, well, I mean, there's more than one way to do this stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this layer. That is if... Okay. Well, first, I have to rasterize it, which means it's no longer vector-based. So that's more than I'm going to get into right now, but something that I'm happy to talk to people about at some point. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Duplicate layer, and then I'm going to change it to multiply, so it is now darker. And then I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to create, I want it to be down this way, I believe. Let's see how that looks. Alright, so, oh, I don't want to deselect. Nothing's selected, apparently. Let's go to a different layer. I can't, okay. So, looking at it from here, is this the, yeah, this is the print size. I think that's okay. So it looks like the sun is sort of shining on it, although, I don't know. I don't know if I like this cover or not. I think one way to do this would be to merge it. Oh, just kidding. Instead of merging them, maybe I can flatten? No. Group. Convert. How do I don't think I could do that, but I can probably make it bigger, which is fine, yep. I don't know what size the text is now, but it looks kind of janky. Doesn't look fantastic, let's just say. But still, I think I can. Let me see what I can do here. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, what? No, I don't want both selected though. I'm going to also adjust the hue on this, just to see if I can find something that stands out better. That looks kind of... I don't know if I want it to be brighter or darker. Aha. Ah, yeah. There we. I think that's what we're looking for. And then not too bright, but not too dark. Right in there. There we go. That's easy to see. I like that. And then let's go to this layer. What happens if I turn that on? It looks terrible, so I'm going to delete that now. Delete that layer. Perfect. I'll duplicate this now. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I take that and add it some other... I wonder if there's just a way. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can just do like drop shadow on it. Blur it, distort it, noise, yeah, pixelate, no, render, clouds, sharpen. Well, I know I can do it in, you know, like a million other like I can do it in many other programs. I could do it in what is it? Not in. I mean, I probably could do it in InDesign, but that's not what I'm talking about. Adobe. What is that program that I never use? Illustrator. I could do it in Illustrator. That I'm sure. Oh, wait. Shadows and highlights. Let us see here. Okay. Show more options. Adjustments. Amount radius. Don't know what that means. That is clearly not it. Alright, so let's just do it the way that I know how to do it so that it gets done. What do you know? So, duplicate layer, array, and then change this one to multiply, and then you move it up or down. Maybe down. Yeah. I like that. I think. But I wonder if, is there any way that I can make that darker? Probably if I just, yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'll duplicate that and then see. Yes, they're both Goblin Seek. It's like a book about goblins playing hide and seek. And there's the cover. So, we got Amanita over there on the left, Goober Goblin on the right, and now all I got to do is start slapping this thing together, adding a few more pieces of text, and then I can talk more about each of the things that I've done. Yeah. So, I don't know. This is... I'll have to look back and see when I started actually working on this book to get the timeline right. But so if you wanted to write a book like this and you don't have any kids, dogs, responsibilities, basically of any kind, let's just say you are a 6th grader and you're just about to get out of school for the summer. If you wanted to do something like this, you could do it in probably like 2 days. Sorry, duty calls. What? Oh, let me help you. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, let's be realistic. There's no one in the world who has no responsibilities. And if you don't, you somehow manage that, you got to get yourself some. It seems like maybe 3 weeks. So, all right. Hopefully, you guys learned something. I learned something. Love you.